my name is David Welsh. I'm an e-learning technology specialist, and today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips you can use to recover from almost any disaster with your computers in the classroom. The first tip is really easy, and yet a lot of people fail to do it, and that's get a surge protecting power supply for your computer. Why is a surge protecting power supply so important? It's because electrical circuits are subject to power spikes, something that can happen when lightning strikes a house or the power grid, or a lot of people turn on air conditioners. But with a surge protecting power supply, it'll protect the motherboard of your computer. It could save you thousands of dollars. And if you buy a good one, the company that sold you this will even pay you money should your computer ever be damaged when it's plugged into their product. Whether you're using a desktop machine or a laptop, you probably know that all of your data is stored on a computer hard drive. And the way the computer comes from the manufacturer, all the data is stored in a single data space on the hard drive. But you don't really want to do it this way. You actually want to cut your hard drive in 2. Why do you cut your drive in 2? Well, in the old days, we used to use one of these. But nowadays, you're going to want to get yourself one of these. Just kidding. You actually use virtual tools to divide your hard drive. You have a couple of choices. You can use a custom tool like my favorite, PowerQuest Partition Magic. Or you can just use the tools that come with your operating system. In the case of Windows 2000 or Windows XP, you go to Control Panel, Administrative Tools, Computer Management, and then Disk Management. In terms of the sizes of your partitions, I recommend that you use 10 gigabytes for the first partition. That's your C drive containing the operating system and your applications. Use the entire rest of the space on your hard drive, however much you have left, for your second partition, which you will call the data partition, and that will hold all the data you create with your computer: video files, audio files, graphics, and text files. The next 2 tips are going to tell you why it's so important you partition your hard drive in 2. And let's look at the C drive first, containing your operating system and your applications. It's going to take you about 4 hours to set that up. You have to load not just the operating system, but the operating system updates, the device drivers, and then all the applications you want to use. And how do you protect those 4 hours of work? Well, you use an incredible tool called Nortons Ghost. What Ghost allows you to do is to take a snapshot of the operating systems and applications exactly as they existed when you had just set your computer up in their pristine state. Where are you going to put that snapshot? Well, you copy it onto the data partition where it will be safe in the event that some catastrophe befalls the C drive. And then, after you've taken the snapshot using Norton's Ghost, instead of having to spend 4 hours to set your computer up again, all you need to do is to take 5 or 10 minutes to copy the Ghost image back onto your C drive. Tip number 4 concerns backing up the other partition of your hard drive, the data space, which is really the most important information on the computer because that's the information you spend so much time creating. How do you back it up? Well, you need to back it up to some external device, something other than your own computer's hard drive. My favorite external device is a USB 2.0 hard drive. The reason being they're very big, they're very affordable, and you can plug them into your computer even while your computer's on. Now that you've got a separate data partition, the backup is very easy. You just take that partition and drop it onto this drive. Within a matter of minutes, you have an exact copy of all your data. And where should you store your data backup? Well, I would unplug the drive and stick it safely on a shelf. That way, even in the event of a very aggressive virus or a catastrophic power event, your data is waiting safely for you to use it as a backup. The last tip is God's gift to the classroom computer.
You have suffered long enough. Take this tool and prosper.
What Deep Freeze does is very simple and very effective. It preserves your computer in the state that you as an instructor want it to be in, while at the same time allowing your students to do almost anything they want during their work session. Deep Freeze gives you as an instructor the peace of mind to allow your students to surf the web, make changes to an application, even download and install a new application. But when they reboot that computer, the computer will restore to whatever state it was in when you first installed Deep Freeze. There you have it. 5 proven tips for keeping your classroom computers running. A surge protecting power supply, partitioning your hard drive in 2, protecting the operating system and application side using Norton Ghost, protecting your data using an external USB hard drive, and protecting the pristine state of your computer using deep freeze. With these 5 tips, you won't be able to avoid disaster because disasters are a part of learning. You'll be able to recover from any disaster and keep your classroom computers working. Well, almost any disaster.